Born Hung Cambo on January 7, 1952 in British Hong Kong, Sammo was raised in a family already steeped in film and performance. His grandmother was Chin Tsiong, a prolific martial arts actress who appeared in nearly 80 films over several decades, and his grandfather Hung Chung-ho was a filmmaker and writer. This early exposure to cinema and performance planted the seeds of his lifelong passion. At age 9, Sammo entered the China Drama Academy, a prestigious peak school run by Master Yi Jimuan. The academy was famous for its rigorous training in acting, martial arts, singing, dance, acrobatics, and discipline, four essential pillars of the classical opera tradition. While enrolled, Hung adopted the stage surname, Yuan, and became a leading member of the performing troupe known as the Seven Little Fortunes. During this time, he trained alongside future legends such as Jackie Chan, Yuen Biao, and Yuen Hua, forging lifelong friendships and rivalries that would help shape the world of martial arts cinema. His days at the academy were punishing long hours of physical conditioning, rigorous routines, and demanding choreography, but they also formed the foundation of his later success in film. Hung's film debut came at age 9 in the 1961 movie Education of Love, marking the beginning of a career that would last decades. Through the early 1960s, he appeared in several films as a child actor, including Big and Little Wong Tin Bar, where he appeared with Jackie Chan, and The Birth of Yu Fei, playing a young version of the famous Song Dynasty general. At 14, he began professional work behind the scenes at major Hong Kong studios such as Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest, progressing through roles from extra to stuntman, stunt coordinator, and ultimately action director. During this period, Hung also studied martial arts intensively, including Hapkido in Korea under Master Ji Hanjae, where he earned a black belt. In 1973, he appeared in an iconic moment in cinema history, the Bruce Lee classic Enter the Dragon, where he played the Shaolin disciple whom Lee's character faces in the film's opening fight. Although brief, the role was one of Hung's earliest international introductions on film. In the mid-1970s, martial arts films began shifting away from purely historical and stylized action toward more dynamic and relatable stories. Sammo Hung was at the forefront of this evolution. Hung made his directorial debut in 1977 with The Iron-Fisted Monk, a film that blended intense kung fu action with comedic tones, a combination that would come to define many of his best-loved works. Unlike the more serious martial arts stories of the past, Hung's approach emphasized physical humor, inventive choreography, and character-driven action that felt both accessible and thrilling. In 1978, he made Enter the Fat Dragon, playing a typical Bruce Lee-inspired hero with distinctive comedic flair, undercutting and reinventing traditional martial arts tropes for a new generation. Over the late 1970s and 1980s, Hung created a string of influential films. Odd Couple helped establish Hung's independent production role and showcased his weapon-based fight choreography. The Magnificent Butcher, a crowd-pleasing martial arts comedy with period action and memorable characters. Warriors 2 and The Prodigal Son. Hung directed, starred in, and choreographed in films that demonstrated his dedication to evolving classical martial arts on screen. The Lucky Stars series, a beloved action comedy franchise that showcased ensemble casting, humor, and finely tuned choreography. Encounters of the Spooky Kind and the Dead, and the deadly pioneering films that fused kung fu with supernatural themes, paving the way for the jiangshi genre that would become a Hong Kong staple. These films solidified Hung's reputation as an innovator, someone willing to push genre boundaries while maintaining narrative depth and emotional stakes. His choreography emphasized realism, kinetic energy, and the performer's character, not just physical spectacle. As Hong Kong cinema continued to gain global recognition in the late 1980s and early 1990s, Hung's influence did too. He not only continued to act and direct, but also expanded his reach in global entertainment. In 1998, Sammo starred in the American television series Martial Law, where he played a Chinese law enforcement officer in Los Angeles, one of the few East Asian actors to lead a U.S. primetime TV show in that era. The series, co-starring Arsenio Hall, became a surprise hit and introduced Hung to a new generation of international fans. Sammo's personal life has been notable as well. His first marriage was to Jo Eun-ok in 1973, with whom he had 4 children, sons Timmy, Jimmy, and Sammy, and daughter Stephanie. After their divorce in 1994, he later married model and actress Joyce Cadenzi in 1995, who had appeared in several of his films before their relationship began. His deep family roots in film and martial arts, and the connections to other great performers, underscore how cinema and performance were always part of his life, not merely his profession. Beyond awards, his legacy lives in how filmmakers approach action choreography, genre fusion, and international storytelling. Directors and choreographers around the world cite his films as foundational influences, not just for martial arts cinema, but for modern action filmmaking at large. Sammo Hung's impact transcends just the films he made. Genre innovation. He helped popularize kung fu comedy, supernatural martial arts films, and action choreography that told stories with emotion and humor, not just spectacle. Mentorship and collaboration. His collaborations with Jackie Chan, Yuen Biao, Michelle Yeoh, and others helped elevate Hong Kong cinema's global profile, global influence. Through television, international film festivals, and global retrospectives, his work continues inspiring creators worldwide. From stuntman to star, from Hong Kong to Hollywood, Sammo Hung stands as one of the most dynamic, enduring, and influential figures in the history of action cinema, a true martial arts legend whose legacy will continue for generations to come.